a personal reading. But obviously if you're seeing this, take what fits. If anybody would like a personal reading for themselves, pre-recorded or FaceTime session, you could do multiple pre-recorded depending on how long you want it to be. My email will be on the screen. Pre-shuffled some, and then depending on the time, we can just keep shuffling. But so the first one out was Proverbs 13:12. Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. And I feel like this gave me the indication that you resonate with me in the sense that, you know, growing up, there's already been just so many life events to where they shaped you, obviously, at a young age, and or feeling like you grew up at a young age. But this to me is also justice, right? Like going through what we went through, all with purpose, right? Okay, and the wind just blew these over. So confirmation too, because I was gonna say cayenne is something to definitely start incorporating, even if it's just, someone said, I believe it's a 1/16 of a teaspoon, just a little bit amount with a little bit of lime juice. You can make like a little shot. I myself do a little cayenne with turmeric, clove, ground ginger, and activated charcoal. That I'll send you those details separately, but cayenne for sure. So cayenne is anti-parasitic, great for your blood. Papaya came out, also anti-parasitic, right? The seeds are great, but as I'm staring at this is papaya enzyme with chlorophyll. So this will help you break up food. You could take 3 of these 3 times a day. And this just helps you digest your food better. And then ginger shots came out as well. So there is an emphasis on just assisting with speeding up digestion, right? Also, depending on how much like starchy, either gluten, things like that, we need extra assistance pushing that out, right? Because a lot of stuff is made to act like glue. But also with the more anti-parasitic stuff that came out, we're going to get into the mucoid plaque cleanse too, but ginger and cayenne will absolutely very, very cheap, right? Affordable, and they make a world of a difference. Even you yourself buying ginger from the store, make sure we wash that good. But with lemons and blending that with maybe some distilled water, and you could even do cayenne in that, amazing for digestion. Okay, then a couple repeats that we got were watermelon. So definitely just incorporating more forms of hydration, right? But also there's more benefits to watermelon like magnesium. Then we have wormwood and clove, and wormwood and black walnut. So the 3 of these are actually the 3 best herbs to use to assist killing parasites, right? Clove, depending on where you get it, very inexpensive, right? Wormwood and black walnut, you can typically get droppers of these at natural grocery stores. They're around like 14, right? So it's depending, you can really mix and match, and I can totally send you stuff too at your request, just so I don't overwhelm. But actually these anti-parasitics, I actually add in the mucoid plaque cleanse. So this is basically, again, binders, activated charcoal, bentonite clay, and then psyllium husk fiber is the star of the show, because that's what's going to be expanding in you and pulling everything out. And then lime juice and chia seeds. So all of that together, it just pulls the mucoid plaque that just gets stuck inside of you, right? From food that isn't being digested. Again, because there are things in our food that are purposely making it stuck, right? For entertainment purposes only, as my screen changes. So we definitely also need more positive self-talk, even when you're stressed, right? Even when you're not feeling like, just like, if it's been a day or whatever, we have believe you're that bitch and you're that motherfucker. and cancel your intrusive negative thoughts with delusional compliments. And this is stuff, especially when you're driving, right? Because as we notice, like we do get a lot of either downloads, or you just pay attention to what's coming to you, right? Because you could be getting messages, and again, because of either poo buildup, parasitic infection, there are certain things that are purposely blocking, you know, things that we're supposed to receive, right? Allegedly from source. But seeing these three out, it's like you need to force out the compliments even when you feel stupid. And Psalm 3:4-5, those who look to God will be radiant. So an emphasis too of praying out loud. I would do this all the time. I would literally have to before work. And it's like praying to transmute negative energy sent your way. It has to result in something positive. It has to result in abundance. It has to result in a better looking physical form. Speak whatever you want, no matter how silly you feel, just do it. Confirmation on the magnesium. So when I see elderberry, right, because this is great for immunity, but if you are feeling sick, right, again, parasites, right? So cleansing for parasites will take that away. But elderberry, that was basically strengthening the immune system. And then, okay, coffee creamer, check. So if you're a coffee person, and this doesn't have to be coffee creamer specifically. The emphasis here is the chemicals that are in certain products, right? Certain coffee creamers, like the stuff that's in them, right? Made to destroy the gut. That's where the ginger comes in. The ginger it helps repair the gut, heal the gut, but you're speeding up digestion because we don't want all that poo stuck in your intestines, right? Better quality water needed, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in the water. And again, that's going to help with digestion too. There's a lot of other benefits too. I highly recommend, again, everybody do your research on that. Athletic performance, clearer skin. It's cheap, dude. And it's not just the baking soda in the water. Speak into the water. You can pray into your water, literally say the compliments into the water, because then you're drinking it, right? You're changing the frequency by saying your prayers, your compliments. The water's going to hold that frequency. You drink it, boom. Fly formation. Tell me you didn't just see that. Okay, confirmation, bentonite clay. So this is also, again, in the mucoid plaque cleanse. Great binder. Magnesium in there as well, right? If you can find the liquid version, because there's capsules or liquid, you can literally, dude, put this on your toothbrush, brush your teeth with it. It's gonna help. There's just so many fucking benefits. A bitch could go on for days. Okay, so here we go. So we got tapeworm, right? Toxoplasmosis. 2 different types of parasites. Again, the entire country is obviously riddled, allegedly. Toxoplasmosis, so they say 60% of Americans have this. This is stemming from cat feces. I don't know if you're around a cat. This could just be either indicating that there are parasites possibly in your brain, which again, I resonate with that. Don't be freaked out by that. It's just taking the proper steps. And but again, I don't know if you are around a cat. Hold on. And then there was, when was the last time you complimented yourself out loud? Keep in mind, self-doubt, anxiety, just like, dare I say, negative thoughts, right? Especially about like your self-image, things like that, all stems back to parasites, dude. So I'm gonna make a part 2, but then we also got watermelon again. So again, being dehydrated, right, can also cause anxiety, can cause worrisome thoughts, things like that. So